2 weeks now after Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi's passing. Speculation is rife on who will take over the reins as the amaZulu traditional prime minister. Now, the amaZulu king, Msuzulu KwaZulu-Natal, has hailed the late prince for the role he played in the royal family, saying he has left a huge void. Now, to help us understand the process of appointing the successor to the late prince, I'm joined by an academic in the School of History at the University of KwaZulu-Natal, Mphumeleli Ngidi. Dr. Ngidi, thank you very much for your time. I want to kick off the conversation with a very easy to follow kind of line of questioning. Let me begin by asking the question whether, to your knowledge, every Zulu king since the reign of King Shaka, were they always served by a traditional prime minister? And if so, do we know if this role is legislated in the South African Constitution?
Good morning to the viewers at home and to you in studio there, Cody. Yes, the position of the traditional prime minister uNdunankulu amaZulu has been there since the foundation or since when King Shaka founded the Zulu kingdom. If we just name, we've had the Zulu kingdom have had 7 traditional prime ministers up to this day, with Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi being the latest. And Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi has been the only one who had blood relations with the family, the Zulu monarchy. From King Shaka was the traditional prime minister during his reign was Ungomane kaMkomboli Mdletshe. And during the reign of King Dingane, it was Undlela kaSompisi. And during the reign of King Pande, it was Nongalaza Kanondela Mnyandu, who was followed by Masiphula Kamamba and Njangase after the Battle of Ndodabasuka in 1856.
Yeah.
And King Cetshwayo was served by the great grandfather of the late Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, which was Umnyamana kaNgqengelele. And King Solomon was served by Mankulumane kaSomaphunga Ndwandwe, and also King Dinizulu was also served by the same person. So Mankulumane served the two kings of the Zulu nation.
Yeah.
And yes. So it's the position that has been in existence ever since the Zulu kingdom was founded. And to answer the question on whether it is legislated, no, I don't remember any provision or enactment which necessitates for the appointment of the traditional prime minister. But we know that the traditional houses are recognized. So anything which is under the traditional house is part and parcel of the monarchy.
We know that Prince Buthelezi served in this role for 69 years. I mean, it's a very long time. I guess where I'm going with this next question has to do with whether the position is hereditary. In other words, should we expect a descendant of a Buthelezi clan to take up the role, or is the king at liberty to appoint whomever he so wishes?
Your latest statement is the one which is which reflects the true vision of what should happen. The king is at liberty to choose whomever he sees and his entourage, whomever they see as a person who has the potential and who can fill these big shoes of being the traditional prime minister, because we should remember that now we have two positions, vacant positions now. We have the vacant of Umkhuzwa Mabutho, the army general of the regiments, and now we have this position which has just opened. These two positions are on the courts of the king and the entourage. So it's not a hereditary position. We understand that the Buthelezis has occupied and served very well in this position. As I have said, that Nyamana did serve, and also the father of Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi also served, and the late Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi. So it's been over a century. The Buthelezis serving. If you count the years, it's over the century. And also, it's also got to do with the Buthelezis and the Zulu relationship. It's a long relationship which has stemmed from King Shaka, when he's the one who gave the land that they are currently occupying at Emahlabathini.
Yes.
It was given to Ungangelele by King Shaka. Right. This area from Emahlabathini to Edumbe was given to protect the integrity of the monarchy. You do not just take anyone to serve in this position, because it's one position which drives the Zulu kingdom. The person who occupies this position is a protector, is an advisor, is a person who has to be eagle-eyed. It's a person who has to be knowledgeable with the affairs of the Zulu kingdom.
All right. Final question to you, sir. I'm out of time. As the king, and based on the reading I've done, it is the sole responsibility or duty of the king to actually appoint his next prime minister. This, of course, upon consultations with whoever is closest to him. But the question I want to ask you is whether you would think it strange that the king, if he so decided, for example, that maybe he would veer from appointing someone who is steeped in culture and perhaps choose to appoint someone who has political leanings or very explicit political background. Would that be a strange decision for you? I'm simply asking this based on speculations I've seen thus far.
If the king does that, it's not ideal.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be someone who's politically affiliated, but it's the person who have the potential of serving, who knows the affairs of the Zulu kingdom, whether the person is politically aligned or not. But because it will raise eyebrows if you just pick anyone because of his political integrity. But the integrity that it is sought is the one of a person who's knowledgeable with the customs and the procedures and everything that concerns the monarchy.
All right. Thank you very much, Mphumeleli Ngidi, an academic in the School of History at the University of KwaZulu-Natal. It is a space that we're going to be watching very closely. We don't know the timeline, and unfortunately I didn't have much time to discuss with him, because that's one of the key questions as to how long might this process of appointing a new traditional prime minister of the Zulu nation might take. All right.